For a long while, I thought I had redemption figured out. I thought I knew the ins and outs of it and every aspect of it because I was a walking example of it. I was a living, redeemed woman. But I think for a long time, I only had a taste of it. And I think that's what life consists of a lot of time, that we only get a taste of God's attributes. We only get a taste of his love or his grace or his mercy or his redemption. And there are really sweet moments in life when he shows us a fullness of those things. And I believe recently that he's shown me a fullness of his redemption. I took a trip to Ireland recently, and the people there taught me. They taught me what it meant to speak truth. They taught me what it meant to not treat God as a list of to-dos, but as a person. And to act in faith is far more powerful than just talking about it. And when any of them at any point discredited themselves or said they weren't good leaders, all of them were so quick to reassure them that that's not who you are. That's not who you are in Christ. And I think too often we settle for the identity that other people give us. I really believe in America, and even here at Grace, we're hesitant to share our testimonies or even be honest about our struggles because we somehow believe that's still a part of who we are. And if we speak it out, it's only becoming more clear that we haven't lived up or measured up to these imaginary standards that we've set for ourselves. And let me tell you the beautiful thing about redemption. It involves truth. And truth says, you aren't the things you've done. Let me tell you a story. When I was in high school, I thought because of a sin that I had committed, I would meet my husband at the end of the altar, and I would say, I think I waited for you. I think I loved you. I wept fiercely for him, grieving the consequences of my own selfishness. But then a very dear sister reminded me of truth. And she said this, and I've never forgotten it. She said, when Jesus comes to redeem, he doesn't just take hold of the places that are thriving or growing or are living springs of the water of life. But when Jesus comes, he takes hold of the barren areas. He takes hold of the areas that are dry and deserted, and he fills them with truth. And the truth is this: you have a completely new identity. If you struggle with pornography, or if you have an issue with rage, okay, be honest about it. But that's not who you are or who you were created to be. If you stole in high school or lost your virginity at 15, okay, God has bought you and brought you from that. You are not impure. You are not a slanderer or a gossip any longer. Redemption is a holding fast to who you are and letting it set you free. Ephesians 2:1-10 says this: You were dead through the trespasses and sins in which you once followed, following the course of this world, following the ruler of the power of the air, the spirit that is now at work among those who are disobedient. All of us once lived among them in the passions of our flesh, following the desires of flesh and senses, and we were by nature children of wrath, like everyone else. And so you were dead. That's who you were. You were impure. You were greedy. You were an idolater. But God, who is rich in mercy, out of the great love with which he loved us, even when we were dead through our trespasses, made us alive together with Christ. By grace you have been saved, and raised us up with him and seated us with him in the heavenly places in Christ Jesus, so that in the ages to come he might show the immeasurable riches of his grace and kindness toward us in Jesus Christ. For by grace you have been saved through faith, and this is not of your own doing, but it is a gift of God, not the result of works, so that none may boast. For we are what he has made us, created in Christ Jesus for good works, which God prepared beforehand to be our way of life. For we are what he has made us. In grace, he has made us pure. He has made us new. He has made us holy, and chosen and loved. The great I am is a redeemer, and God is the great I am.